Hey, this is Scott. We're going to take a look at section 1-2 today of chapter 1. Section 1-2 is Exponents, Roots, and Powers of 10. This chapter begins on page 30 in your book. And I just want to highlight a few things here. Once again, we're reviewing some basic operations here in Unit 1. And a couple things that it's going to talk about here. First of all, it's going to talk about exponents. And when you see a number raised to a power, if you have something like 4 to the third power, 4 is the base and 3 is the exponent. Okay, and if you wanted to expand this out, 4 to the third power is actually equal to 4 times 4 times 4. And when you multiply all that out, you're going to get 64. But that's kind of what that's going to be looking like. And that's one of the first things that they talk about there on page 31. Excuse me. If you wanted to find the square of a number, basically that's a number raised to the second power. So we have 9 squared, that's 81. If we had 11 squared, that's 121. That's what the squared. The other piece is if you're going to look at the square root of something. That's just the opposite. And when we look at order of operations, these two are going to go a bit more hand in hand that way. But so if you're looking at the square root of 81, that's equal to 9. Basically, it's what two numbers multiplied together would give you that number. So you just take the square root of it. So looking at what we had before, 9 squared equals 9 times 9, which is equal to 81. Okay, just doing the opposite here then, down in this part, where you have the square root of 81 equals the square root of 9 times 9, and that is going to give you an answer of 9. Same thing over here too. Square root of 121 is going to be equal to 11, because 11 times itself, 11 times 11 is 121. I want to take this a step further and look at another number. The square root of 9 is 3, because 3 times 3, or 3 squared, equals 9. Those are a couple of pieces that they're talking about. We'll talk more about powers and exponents and things like that later on in this unit with that too. Another piece that it talks about too is just a little bit of a reminder when you're multiplying and dividing by 10. And you're going to see some of those pieces beginning about on page 32. Actually, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to try something here. Go insert a blank page. Woohoo! Look at that. All right. So this is on page 32. And if you're taking, and if you have a number like 4, you're going to take it times 100. You're going to get 400. And basically all you did there is you took this decimal point that is after the 4 and moved it 2 spots to the right to get 400. Okay, so we have 4. The decimal point is there. 1, 2. You get 400. Okay, same thing would be true if you had 4.87 times 100. I move the decimal point 2 spots to the right, and I get an answer 487. However many zeros you got there, that's how many places you move the decimal to the right. If we had a much larger number, say like 3.72 times 10,000. Well, I've got 4 zeros there, so I have to move the decimal point to the right 4 places. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill those in, so my answer is 37,200. Same thing is true if you're dividing by a number with a lot of zeros on. And that's still on that same page there. If we had a number like 256 divided by 10, I got 1 0. My decimal point is here. I have to move it 1 spot to the right. So my answer is 25.6. If I was going to do that same type thing and move it and divide it by, let's say, 1.74 divided by 10,000, Once again, I have 4 zeros, so I got to move the decimal point 4 points, 4 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so your answer would be 0.000174. So those are just a few things there that it kind of talks about too. And the way you can take a look at some of those things. And that goes on from about page 32 to the exercises, which are on page 35. If you want to do some exercises to get some practice on these, remember, once again, all these answers are on the back of the book. But if you want to look at page 35, I think it goes about 1 through 60. Page 35, 1 through 60. Now, please keep in mind, this is not anything that will be corrected, but it's something you can do to get a little bit more practice on some of those pieces, and all the answers are in the back of the book. So, have a great day. If you have any questions, please drop me an email, give me a call, and look forward to talking to you later. Have a great day. Bye.